A lot of the items in the game don't have real purpose, such as skulls, silverware, rope, and fishing rod. You can safely sell them if you pick them up. To organize your keys, camp supplies, and alchemy ingredients, press tab to open all parties' inventories, and then drag your keychain or camp supply pouch to each companion, and it will collect all applicable items automatically. Add to Where button and Send to Camp button are two important actions to help you organize your inventory. Any items you want to get rid of can be added to Where, and then they can be sold with one button press at the merchant. On the other hand, right-click on the item you want to keep, select Send to Camp, and they will be safely transported to your camp chest to free up your inventory. You don't have to carry food, drink, or other camp supplies in your inventory. Right-click to send camp supplies back to the camp chest, and they can still apply automatically when you wish to long rest. Pressing the Control button will allow you to select multiple items one by one. Pressing down Shift and clicking on one item and then another will box select all items between them. You can then action on these items as a group, such as Send to Camp, Add to Where, or Send to another player. If you can make an enemy wet, any cold or electricity damage dealt on them will be doubled. So now you know where to use those water bottles you have collected. Press F5 to quick save and F8 to load your last save. You can even save in conversation before a ability check or in the middle of combat. Turn on the tooltips so you can see what bonuses each option you will get should you choose it. If you're playing on console, pressing the touchpad will also give you more details. You can swap out to a different party member while your main character is in the middle of conversation. This will allow you to do some mischief when the NPC is distracted, such as stealing their items or even push them off a cliff. In combat, you can switch between melee and ranged weapons by pressing F, or holding left on the D-pad if you're using a controller, and make sure to swap back to melee after range attack so that you can make attack of opportunity. You can expand the action bar to display more rows of skills and spells. Simply press the plus or minus button on the right side of your action bar to make it fit your usage. You can also click on the small lock icon to unlock the action bar to move around your abilities. Don't just walk to explore the environment. You can use jump outside of combat. It allows you to traverse up or down a ledge or platform. You might discover some more secret areas by doing so. And there's a hotkey for jumping on controller, that is the R button on D-pad. You don't always have to lockpick a door or a chest if you don't have the key. With fire spells or a blunt weapon, you can easily destroy a wooden door without passing a skill check. In addition, force damage, such as Eldritch Blast, can open iron chest, and hammer or arrow can destroy stone walls. Pressing tab will bring up the party inventory system. You can then drink elixirs or potions from another companion's inventory, and you can do this during combat too, so there's no need to keep a few of the same potions in each companion's inventory. Instead of drinking a potion, you can also throw them at people and it will have the same effect, but make sure to throw it next to the person, not at them. You will need a ground to bring the bottle to spill the content. Healing potion is much more effective than healing spells, as they can affect everyone in its range. Holding down Alt key on the keyboard will highlight items in the area. If you are playing on a controller, holding down the X button on PS5 or A button on Xbox to scan the area. It shows every item you can interact with, including if a container has already been looted, and also show any hidden items on the roof that you can't see directly. If you're using a controller, you can press down the left joystick or L3 to bring up cursor mode. This will make it easier to interact with items when you have companions walking around. Silence is a spell that can not only be used to prevent an enemy from casting spells, it also works on anything that could make a sound. So you can use it creatively, such as casting a war drum to prevent enemies from calling for reinforcement. You can drop the concentration on the spell by clicking the cross on the spell icon next to the character's portrait. This is so that when the fight is over, you don't have to run through your own spells to loot items and damage yourself in the process. You can enter turn-based mode outside of a combat. This basically allows you to stop time and make some precise maneuvers. It's especially helpful when you want to sneak around enemies or traverse around a room full of environmental hazards. You see the lever over there? Why go all the way to pull them if you could just shoot them? You can use oils or poisons on bow and melee weapons. When it's applied on a bow, you can also use an arrow of many targets to apply the oil effect on all enemies. Press C key will switch between stealth mode, but holding down Shift and then pressing C will put you and all your grouped companions into and out of stealth mode. Without going into hiding or stealth mode, holding down the Shift button will show enemies' line of sight. It indicates the area where you'll be obscured and not directly visible to the enemies. If you're wielding two weapons, you could choose to turn off automatic offhand attacks. This can give you more control over deciding when to use offhand attack or main hand attack. Wizards can learn any spells. All you need is a scroll of that spell. Press K to open up the spell menu of your wizard. Click on this little book icon. It will show you what spells you can learn from the scrolls you have. If you have saved Scratch, the dog, from Act 1, you can summon him in or outside of combat as long as you have his rubber ball in your inventory. He is an adorable companion to walk around the city with, and he can also revive you in combat if you have been downed by enemies, and he does that by licking your face. One of the goblin leaders, Minthara, is a playable companion, so if you want to recruit her, don't just go into the goblin camp head first and murder everyone. I won't give you any spoilers, try to figure out a way to keep her alive. You might cross paths with each other at some point later.
A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
The merchant's item will refresh each time you long rest or you level up. So if you're looking to stock up on a specific ingredient, arrow or elixir, you can respec your character and level up next to a merchant by 1 level each time and buy off the item from the merchant. If you don't want to respec your own character, why not hire a hirelings from this guy? They will start from level 1 when hired, and you can level them up to refresh a trader's merchandise. For Steam users, the Larian launcher seems to be unnecessary after you have played hundreds of hours. You can disable it by right-click on Baldur's Gate 3 in your library, go into Launch Options in General, and type in --skip-launcher like this. Close the window, and now you can click on play and the game will start straight away. And there you have it, some of the small things you might not realize you could do in this game. I hope you have learned a thing or two that you didn't know before. Please leave a like and consider subscribing for more content gaming. This is Nick Singh, thanks for watching and see you next time.